to me, once again, the conversation goes back to special teams. I feel like he's fine. Everything he's shown in practice, he's created turnovers in practice. He communicates well in practice. He doesn't look out of place in practice, but he's also not a rookie. He's a dude that he was in Carolina last year, if I remember correctly. So he's been a part of football. He also, when he left West Virginia, he was the guy that went and joined. Was it the AAF? I think it was. Is it AAF or the first version of XFL? Not the OG, but the recent one. And it was like when we were talking about potentially guys that didn't want to stay in college because NILs weren't legal at the time, but you needed to go ahead and get some compensation. He was one of them dudes, if I remember correctly, that had left, so he was getting paid. And now, this is also part of that journey in terms of, how you can carve out your role and ultimately get some stability at this level. Because everybody has crazy journeys, right? We talk about James Harrison, his journey, talk about my journey, talk about Seven's journey, right? All very different. But
Kurt Warner.
Yeah, he's another prime one, man. But to me, with Kenny, I feel like Kenny Robinson, I feel like defensively, it's not going to be a big drop off between him versus an Elijah versus a Trey Norwood. The difference is going to be on special teams. Because once again, who are our starters at safety?
Minka, Casey, then Neal. I mean, those are the top three.
Exactly. Do we rotate our safeties?
Who's after them though? Like that's what I
That's
mean.
the
Robinson
part.
could be our fourth
Trey
guy.
Norwood, because Trey Norwood has already been here, and Trey Norwood can play slot corner where he's trying to start there as well. So
I think we are going to be in a pinch for these positions when we make cuts.
Yes,
we got a lot of good quality guys.
Yes, we are. So just think, man, if Trey Norwood shows that he could be the starter at slot corner or the number 2 guy at slot corner while being your third or fourth safety and special teams, and all Kenny could do is play, safety, that's the difference in his value. Same with Elijah Riley. So Kenny is in the convo, Elijah Riley is in the convo. To me, Trey has the driver's seat, though, because Trey has shown that he can play slot in this league, he could play safety in this league, and he could play special teams in this league.
He looking good then in camp?
So far, so good. But for a player like him at this stage, I want to see that in stadium.
How about this Luke Barku guy? I'm seeing some good things about him.
Yeah, he's making some noise. He's another one of the XFL dudes, though.
Yeah.
So it's like when you watch him, he's coming out of a situation where he's already been playing. He's already been competing. It's no warm-up. It's no I got to get into football shape. I'm not getting used to pads because they're in season. It's night and day when you talk about playing multiple weeks and you're practicing with pads on versus we're coming out of OTAs, mini camp, long break off, now 3-day acclimation period, pads. Man, them two dudes on 2 different energies right now. So that's why, like, any of them XFL dudes, I feel like they have a great opportunity to make rosters because them already being conditioned for that. My concern is their longevity once the season starts, because you're talking about you've already been playing football since what? Tackle football since April, March, and you could potentially be playing all the way till December, January. Like, that's just a lot of hitting, a lot of football. So, but the XFL dudes, how many of them dudes are going to get major roles? That's another conversation, right? But to me, man, I feel like, yeah, they're all in that convo, though, man. I'm leaning Trey early on, though, just because of the versatility.
And then slot corner looks like Shandon and Trey.
Yeah, Shandon and Trey, but Duke, like I said, Duke Dawson's still been getting reps. Or he was.
That's my question. Do we keep a third slot guy?
No, if we're healthy everywhere else, because you could still bump Pat P in there like we talked about.
Yeah.
But if you have injuries somewhere else, I think that shifts who you keep, because now you're trying to Band-Aid. How long is this guy out? Is it season? Is it a couple of weeks? Can that guy be the Band-Aid for us to get out of this stadium? I think you start to play that game a little bit more. But if everyone's healthy, you probably just would keep Sullivan and Trey, because like I said, Pat could bump in that thing. And if you were early in a bind and you had to get out of a stadium, you could bump Casey to play the slot, or you could bump Minka down there on situational to play the slot and have Casey and Neal on the backside, so that you still have some pieces.
Or like you said with Peterson, I've brought up many times, throw Levi or Porter in the slot if you need to, just to get out of the pinch.
Right. But that's what so you got a lot of pieces that can do, that versatility stuff. But that's why a guy like Trey is a benefit for him. He's like a poor man's Cam Sutton right now to me. In terms of the versatility, I don't feel like he's as productive or as athletic as Cam. And that's why Cam was able to not just play safety and slot, but also bump out and play outside. That's the athleticism that I felt like is the difference between them. But to me, Trey gives me a lot of those vibes, though.